Ah, fuck.
That's where most of my viewership is. Okay, yeah. So you see the
Do you
prompts, I think.
stream on YouTube or do you
Yes, I
just
stream on YouTube
upload to?
and I upload
Ah,
to
okay,
YouTube.
got it.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
So yeah, you see the prompt says ice sucks. I believe ice currently sucks. I think they're uh probably not like good institution for America as how it's being operated at the moment. I think they're violating the
Okay.
Fourth Amendment. Doing stops of only using something called administrative warrants, which aren't signed by a judge. Doing warrantless arrests of people with only reasonable suspicion when you need probable cause to make an arrest. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
not only illegal but in violation of our rights protected under the Fourth Amendment. And I think that's a good reason to say that ICE is something an institution we shouldn't support currently.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So I'm gonna tack on to a couple of the topics that you tacked on. I think ICE is a great thing. It's been a great thing for the past decade plus. And then with the Fourth Amendment, with like searches and seizures and so on and so forth, there are there's a difference between an administrative warrant and a judge signed warrant per county, per state. And that's one thing people fail to realize.
We're talking about federal at a federal level. A judicial and administrative warrant are going to be the same thing
They get,
nationwide for how ICE is operating.
well, yeah,
Wait, sorry. Immigration
go
judges
ahead.
operate under the DOJ, specifically under the EIOR,
Yep.
which is a federal level agency. I don't know why it would, unless there's individual district precedent and a federal court that would only apply to a certain district. It's going to apply nationwide.
Well, yeah, but whenever something's federally processed through and they're collaborating with local law enforcement, that's where authority comes into play, where they have, like, for example, a warrant to be processed. They have that judicial or administrative warrant within that police department and they hand them over to that police department because you are correct, they cannot do what they are said to be doing, but what they're doing is they're handing them over to local law enforcement to execute the actual process of
That's not
everything.
true. The leaked ICE memo literally said that they're allowing no, immigration like enforcers to just to enter the domicile of immigrants with only administrative
I
warrants. And
you're
they need
missing
judicial
you're
warrants.
missing exactly what I just said.
What the I'm not denying the fact that they might, in some cases, be working with local law enforcement, but that certainly wasn't happening in Minnesota, nor was it happening in Minneapolis, nor was it
It
helping in
is. Tim
LA.
Walz came out and said that they are.
Nor was it helping in LA. Well, the memo that was Tim Walz came out and said what?
Tim Walz came out and said that he's finally keyword finally
Okay,
collaborate.
so I'm not. I was talking. So he just came out and said that. I was talking about before that, and I don't. Once again, the memo doesn't say, "Oh, we're handing this over to local law enforcement." It says ICE, like federal immigration enforcement, is allowed to do this with only administrative warrants. But even if that was so, that doesn't negate the point. Local law enforcement also can't do that.
Yes, they absolutely can.
Dude, what the fuck are
They
you doing?
can.
Sorry, somebody was in my. I was running around chat and all.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, you need a judicial warrant.
Yeah, the judicial or a signed warrant by a judge, which ICE gets from the city that they are operating in.
But ICE was only doing it with administrative warrants. They literally said it in their memo. Would you like to read it?
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is what?
That they're only using administrative warrants which aren't signed by judges, which is illegal.
I thought you said judicial.
No, only administrative.
Okay, so an administrative warrant is what? Please go ahead and inform me on that.
It's just an internal document signed by the ICE, signed by the actual like ICE, federal immigration enforcement, and saying that they're gonna
without ICE. What is it? Like, for example, you have a U.S. citizen. What? No, hold on. You have a U.S. citizen. You're gonna do a judicial warrant on a U.S. citizen, not ICE. What does that warrant state?
A judicial warrant on a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, what is a judicial warrant? Without even talking about
this
ICE.
doesn't- this-
Throw
this-
ICE out of the picture at this
This
point.
doesn't. This doesn't.
Scratch.
This doesn't.
It's
this
Among Us
doesn't make,
time.
This doesn't. I'm not doing Among Us right now. This doesn't make sense. The
Ugh.
the EOIR and immigration courts and judges are specifically under the INA and how their procedure and how they operate. This is
Okay,
this is
you're
procedure.
still not
this
answering
is-
my
This
question.
doesn't. No, your question doesn't make sense.
My question
gonna join
makes
later?
valid sense. My
I'm not
question
doing
to
later. I
you,
said this already.
is-
Stop asking.
my
Oh,
question to you
man.
is: was there
Yeah,
a
what?
person? Oh, there was someone.
They're asking
Okay,
me to play
never
Among Us. Yeah, what?
mind. My question to you is: where does it? Where or how or why? Or please explain, for the love of God, what a judicial warrant is.
A judicial warrant is just gonna have like a number of things. It's just gonna be like, person or any. This is gonna be any warrant really. It's gonna say the person that they're going to be the person they're going to be arresting,
Yep.
said person, like the place or address where they live, probably lists like the reasons why, like a number of other things. Like, do you want me to explain like what's on the actual piece of paper?
No, that you explained it perfectly, and I have no issues with that. So, when a judicial warrant is signed, or a judicial warrant is issued to an illegal immigrant, an illegal alien, why is that a problem?
That isn't the problem. The problem is that they're entering the domicile, they're entering the homes of people
Okay,
of,
that
a-
goes
of
into Fourth
ali-
Amendment.
of
Uh-huh.
aliens, right? With only administrative warrants.
Okay, so they have
need-
administrative warrants.
They need a judicial warrant
So-
to do that.
Okay, so do you think they're just knocking on doors and be like, "Hey, are you a U.S. citizen?" No, what they're doing, I fail to understand the
I don't think
complex
they're just
of.
knocking. Well, sometimes maybe they are. Not, but generally, it doesn't matter. Even if they have evidence that this person is removable under this and such and such, they're gonna need a judicial warrant if they own a home to enter that home.
If they're illegal, does that apply to them?
Yeah,
Why?
because you haven't determined that they're illegal yet. Oh, give me a sec.
You're fine. KT in the comments, you said alien.
Yeah, illegal.
No
alien-
one is illegal on stolen land.
Doesn't
It's
really
conquered land.
In illegal, yeah,
uh,
it doesn't matter. The court hasn't determined whether they're illegal or not, right?
Okay, so
It'd be
How
like
do you
this is
think
like
they're-
it would be like if a police officer determined that you're a schmurder and then like they said that therefore they can give you the death penalty, right?
Yeah, there's an
that needs to be
there's a-
determined in court. which is why
there's
you,
an investigation.
so you
You're not
yeah.
going to get a death penalty until the actual court proceeding,
that
and
was
you
kinda
get
my
a
point.
jury appears.
That was literally my point.
Until you get a jury
That
appears.
was literally
But
my point.
that's,
So, yeah,
I mean,
it would apply
comparing,
to it
comparing
applies
a
to-
death
this applies-
penalty
this
to
applies-
illegal immigrants is fucking crazy.
this applies to all migrants. So this is gonna apply to all migrants.
You can't. No, I we're not going to backtrack. You just said about the death penalty, and you're comparing that to illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I said it's like if
That's
a cop.
crazy.
Yeah, I said if it was like if a cop just determined that you were a schmurder and therefore deserved a death penalty.
Dude, what the
Yeah.
what?
Because
What
in
are
the
you
other
even-
in the other scenario, the ICE is just saying, "Oh, you're illegal, therefore you don't." Then I don't need to like go through like this certain process to enter the domicile that you own. Well, that hasn't been determined yet, right? There's a procedure that they have to follow.
Okay, why are
when
they
it comes
even
to
at
when
the
it comes to
domicile?
what they need
Answer
to
me
go
that.
and arrest? Why are they at the domicile?
Yeah,
That could
answer
be
me
for a
that.
number-
Why
it could
are
be
they
for a
even
number
there?
of reasons?
Why? Yeah, why are they there? Is there an investigation that's been in process? Is there
Yeah,
a-
generally.
XYZ process of different people that are in law enforcement that
Yeah, generally.
resides?
Dude, do you agree with me that you cannot enter an immigrant's domicile without a judicial warrant? Yes or no?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so ICE is in their own leaked memo said that they were entering immigrants' domiciles with only administrative warrants. That's illegal.
And what is the investigation that has been processed before they actually do that?
That
That's
doesn't
my
matter.
question.
It doesn't matter.
It,
doesn't
no,
matter.
it absolutely
You
does.
you
fucking
could
matter.
wait. You conceded the fact that you need a judicial warrant to enter an immigrant's home. right? So if they're doing it with administrative warrants, that is
Yes.
illegal and against the Fourth Amendment. There's no. That's the end of the line. There's nothing you need to know.
You
past
need a
that.
judicial warrant to enter an illegal, whether illegal or
any
they're
immigrant's
legal,
home.
whatever. Any fucking person's home, you need at least a judicial warrant. But what is the cause that brought them to their doorstep?
Why does that matter for the claim I'm trying to prove?
That is the only thing that matters.
What that there could be a number of reasons. It could be because there's a change in their status and they find that they might potentially be removable. That could be one reason. Like
That
it could be a number of things.
Scratch, you're missing my
What
the main
okay, what's your
focus here.
point?
Why are they at their doorstep?
What's your point?
Because I don't have ICE at my doorstep.
What's your point?
Because I'm asking, what is the reason? What is the cause?
Just make it. I don't know
that
what you're trying to
those
get
office-
at. Just say it.
What?
What's your point? I don't know what you're trying to get at. You already like conceded that they're
My
violating the
point
Fourth
is,
Amendment.
why are they there in the first place? There's got to be an investigation, henceforth, for them to show up at the front door.
Cool? And I don't care.
Scratch. Do you have ICE immigrants? Do you, not ICE. Jesus Christ. Do you have ICE
It doesn't- who
officers?
cares? They
knocking
could
at
have
your
gone
door?
through. They could have gone through a 200-day investigation, but if they show up with only administrative warrant and enter the person's home and arrest them, that's still a violation of the Fourth Amendment rights. That's the only
If
thing that
it's
matters.
a warrant signed by, is it a federal judge that signs the warrant?
No.
Yes or no?
Federal judges do not sign administrative warrants. Only
So
ICE
it's a county
officers do.
judge.
No,
it is a county
only no county judges don't sign it either. Only an ICE actual officer.
I think
does.
you're mistaken. I think
I'm
you
not.
are mistaken.
Would you like me to show you an administrative versus judicial?
I'd love to. I'd love to. If I'm wrong, I'll concede. A judicial warrant. I want to hear it. I'll give you a second, but I'm still waiting for the answer to why they're even at their doorsteps in the first place.
I gave you that answer, but you
No, you didn't. You
I
gave me
quite
an
literally
answer
did.
with a fucking question,
So-
Scratch.
This is a judicial warrant.
All right, let's
So
go ahead.
This
Read
is
it
a
out to me.
judicial warrant.
Uh-huh.
This is the only thing to show you. So this is a judicial warrant. See, it has a spot for the judge right here. This is from Immigration Law Center.
Oh,
This is an
fucking bingo!
administrative-
I was
This is
right.
this
Holy
is
shit.
this one's a judicial one. This is the judicial one right here. On this
Okay.
right side, this is a administrative warrant. It only has signatures for the immigration officer.
Okay, go ahead and read the stipulations on that
Okay,
actual
what do
warrant.
you think the stipulations are going to say that denies what I'm saying?
Read it. Please read it.
Why?
It's too small on my phone. I can't read it myself. Go ahead and read it.
I don't need to. Why would I read it?
So that way, me and the other people that are watching
Can
can,
you see it now?
actually.
Can everybody?
No,
watching
I
right
can
here?
see. I can see that
you
on
see
the
this?
judicial side, but
Can you
I'm
see it?
I'm
Okay.
talking about administrative.
Okay, this is the administrative right here. Do you see this?
Yeah, immigration officer. And
Okay.
then go ahead, go up to the top. Go
So
up
we
to the
good?
top,
Okay. So
and
what?
Read. No,
Then
I
this is
want
the
you
only
to
thing that
read-
matters. This is the
I
only
want you
thing
to
I
read
needed
the
to prove.
warrant.
Okay.
Scratch.
No. You
Scratch,
said no.
read the
No. You need to concede because you
Scratch,
said no. You need to
read
concede.
the
No.
warrant.
You need to concede the point.
You
because
won't
you
even
need-
read the warrant.
You need.
Okay. Because
you need to
know you're
concede.
wrong.
You know. I know that I'm right. That's
I
why
don't
you
need to concede. You
yes,
won't
I know.
even
That's why I know I'm right.
read
okay.
the warrant, dude.
What?
Read the
I
warrant.
will read the warrant, but you
Just
need to concede.
read it.
I will read it, but you need to concede the point that
If you
administrative
read it
warrant
and
isn't
it-
signed.
and
No,
I'm
no, no, no,
wrong,
no, no,
I
no.
will concede.
You. This is the line where. Wait, where else do you sign on this?
Read
Where?
the warrant.
There's nowhere
I
else to
can't
sign on
fucking
this.
Read it. I can't
Bro,
read it because it's,
It's
too
on
small.
screen.
Read
This
the
is
fucking
the
warrant,
only place.
dude.
I will show. I will
Read
zoom
the
in.
warrant.
Okay, I'm gonna
Read the
scroll
warrant.
down. Where else do you sign on this? This is the only spots where you sign on the
Okay,
warrant.
that's
These
yeah.
are the
Okay,
only
so
spots
yeah,
where you
let's
sign on the
let's
warrant.
stay on that
So
one.
are you?
Let's
No.
stay on that one.
No. You said that administrative warrants.
I want you to
You
read
said you would
the
concede
warrant.
that administrative warrants. You said you would concede.
Read the warrant.
Oh my god, bro! It's right here.
Scratch.
see it.
Read the fucking warrant.
God.
For fuck's sake. God damn. You are because you know there's information at the
There's
top
nothing
of that.
that's gonna debunk what. Okay, I'm gonna
Then
okay.
read it. If
An
there's
authorized
nothing,
law
then
enforcement
read
officer, an
it.
application to federal law enforcement, an attorney of the government requires search of the following person located in blank district of blank. See attachment attached here. in a row. The person's properly searched, described above, is believed to conceal, blank, attachment B, attachment, whatever. I find affidavit or record testimony establish probable cause to search a person's property. You're commanded to execute warrant before blank date. In daytime, this time, any time of the day or night, I find reasonable system established. Unless a notice is authorized below, you must give a copy of the warrant and receipt for the property taken to the person whom or whose purposes the property was taken, or leave for copy of the receipt at a place where the property was taken. The officer executed the warrant, or the officer present during the execution of the warrant. I must prepare an inventory required by law and promptly return this warrant and enter into the United States magistrate judge. I find immediate
Oh my
notification.
god, it's like I'm fucking right. Holy shit.
This is the judicial warrant.
It goes to a fucking judge.
I'm reading the judicial warrant.
Man.
I'm reading the judicial warrant right now. So shut the fuck up. I'm not reading the administrative one.
Bro,
This is the judicial
goes to
warrant.
a judge no matter what.
I'm reading the judicial one, not the administrative one, you dumb fuck. Do you understand that?
No, both.
No,
Both always go to a judge.
No,
Both
I'm reading the
always go
judicial.
to a judge.
What I just read about the judge was only on the judicial warrant. I haven't even gotten to the administrative one. Calm down.
Okay, read the administrative
Okay,
one for
to
me.
any immigration officer of the United States Department of Homeland Security, a full name of alien, who entered the United States at blank place of entry on blank date of entry, is subject to the removal of the United States based upon a final order or by, and it says, checkmark, an immigration judge in exclusive deportation or removal proceedings,
Holy
a designated
fuck, I'm right
official.
again.
That is not. What is that saying? Is that saying that the judge is that saying the judge is signing the warrant, or is that saying the judge
It is a judge's order.
Is there a difference between
what
a final?
What the fuck are
do you
you
think?
talking about?
Is there a difference between a final removal order and a warrant?
If you
Is a final
you
removal
can't be
order and a
serious
warrant
right
the
now.
same thing? I just want to answer a question.
A final order and a warrant.
Is a final removal order and a warrant the same thing?
No, they're not.
No, they're not. So what this is saying here is that this is saying is that this person is subject to removal, right? This administrative, based on the determination of a judge, not that the judge is signing the warrant. And it also says this is just one option. It also says it can be decided by a designated official, Board of Immigration Appeals, and the United States magistrate judge. It isn't saying that the warrant is set. It's not saying the warrant is signed by the judge. This isn't a warrant. This isn't a warrant. That's not what that's saying.
Buddy, scratch.
The warrant isn't going to the judge. That's not what it said.
Scratch. Yeah, what the yes, it does. It goes before a judge.
What is this?
Immigration done.
That's not what,
What are you
saying.
talking about,
okay,
man?
that's not okay. I'm gonna read this to everybody because everyone's see this. Subject to removal, who enter United States. Is saying this immigrant is who enter United States is subject to removal of deportation based upon the final order by. It's saying. So what is it saying? That this administrative warrant, and they're saying that is like okay. Because a judge has determined that this person is removable. Not that the actual warrant is signed by the judge or that it's going to the judge. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those are two different things.
You have failed to understand anything I've said.
This isn't going to a judge. This isn't something that's signed by a judge.
It always passes a judge's desk. What the fuck?
This isn't
it's
called passing a judge's desk. This is only saying that this is
it's an immigration judge, dude. Come on.
No, it is not. It's signed by. No, it's not. It's only saying that this administrative warrant is valid internally,
dude,
because there's already removal proceeding. This person's gone through removal proceedings.
Left or right, you gotta just concede to this.
Can you not understand this?
Left or right? I understand it.
I really don't want to argue with you. I really just don't feel like arguing with you.
He lost his way.
He really did. Oh my god, and he couldn't make the concession either because he said that he would concede if I could show that it wasn't signed by a judge, and then when I showed him it wasn't signed by a judge, then he asked me to read it and decided to make it a concession.
Also, since he's still crying in the comments, even if an immigration judge signed a I-205, it doesn't matter. It's Article 3 judge that signed judicial warrants, not Article 2 judges. It's fucking stupid. you got kicked because you're stupid as fuck, bro. I don't know
True.
what to tell
And
you.
once again, this wasn't saying that this needs to be signed. This sorry, not even signed. This isn't saying that a judge needs to make the determination the person is removable. It's saying it could be a judge, a designated official, which is the immigration officer, the BIA, or the United States District or Magistrate Court judge.
Yeah.
So
It's talking
it
about who
literally
gave
could just
the
be once
removal
again the
order.
officer that determines that this person's removable. So it's not going to the fucking judge. This is just saying that internally that they've already been, it could have possibly been determined to be removable. Can you not track that?
These people have so much arrogance and just are just wrong on so many things. It's so wild.
Yo, host, I just wanted to say you were correct, and my bad for commenting that because I did do I studied immigration around last year, and I hadn't studied it per January when they had released something that released a law that says that they do not need consent from a judge to then enter someone's home per January 2026. But that is on me for actually commenting that. Hi, Father, you
Do
were
I
actually
have to?
correct.
Okay, I can't. Okay, YouTube chat's being really dumb, so I need to let me try and help YouTube chat out real quick. Because
No, but I do
understand it's harder.
apologize
It's
for
not
commenting that
entirely
because
their fault.
I was definitely incorrect.
Also, to be clear, ICE themselves don't even believe this. That's why their prior memo said that they can't do this. Like, this is just a unprecedented assertion of power. I don't know why anyone would even believe it.
True. Okay, so this hopefully. Okay.
How did that guy think he was right? Holy, just read what it says, bro. Subject to removal upon a final order by an individual. That's not a
Yeah.
warrant.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is just go into immigration law, and it literally states in immigration law
Okay,
that
I don't know.
that an ICE official
Why
has.
is it? Why? Wait, what happened? Okay, wait. Can y'all?
Uh,
Okay, this is for YouTube chat, because I know YouTube chat's not the brightest cookies. So this is what we're looking at here. Give me a sec. I need to. So YouTube chat. What this is saying is that this person is deportable / removable, potentially by the final order of a judge. Not that the judge is signing the warrant. So this is never going to go in front of a judge because the judge has already made the determination this person is removable. Not that the judge is determining that this warrant is valid. I hope we understand that. And it's not saying that this is only a judge can determine this. It's also saying a designated official. That designated official could be the internal ICE officer. That's why there's a number of check boxes here. So this isn't a warrant that's signed by the judge that goes in front of a judge. It's just saying that a judge could have already determined that this person is removable, and at which point, which would justify them signing the administrative warrant. But once again, an administrative warrant cannot be used to enter the domicile of an immigrant's home. Okay,
you're absolutely correct.
Okay, I hope that's for YouTube chat because I know you guys couldn't see it, and I'm giving you some deference there. It's not even a file. N. That's a sample doc and not real. No shit, dude. Don't worry, Scratch. They'll still deny what's in front of them. True. By the way, if you're here on YouTube side, we are doing call-ins. So I don't wait. I didn't fucking post it. Fuck. God damn it. Let me do it. I'm gonna just say. Guys, give me a sec. If you want to call in, I'm going to be posting the link to the Discord in just a sec. And we'll be pinning the comment. So if you want to call in, you can click on the pinned comment. It has the link to the Discord. You can just click on that, join the Discord, and go into the call-ins, at which point I will probably end this live. On TikTok side, at least. I don't know about for everybody else. Oh my gosh. Wait, what's that? Oh shit. Okay. So hi father, how's it going, dude? What are we looking at?
Just chilling. I gotta finish my write. I gotta do a big write up on a bunch of Supreme Court decisions for the judicial warrants.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pretty good ones.
Kicked me because I won. Scratch, I've been waiting to debate you. Well, you can still debate me, dude. Who's Quinn?
Hello. I'd like to have a friendly debate.
How? Okay.
Nope. B, if you want to debate me, you can just request up. I don't know what's up with that. Oh my god, I can't. It's just the way that I was like reading the judicial warrant, and he would be like, and he was like, "See, I was right. Go in front of a judge, bro."
It's so stupid.
Guy, I was
bro.
like, "Bro, I was reading the judicial one," and then I said that these people. It's so obvious too. They're just all trying to get gotchas constantly. They're not actually honest. Keep failing for shitty matches. Bro, this shit sucks. Polish it up. What sucks about it? Like, Lowkirk genuinely, what sucks right now? Other than your mouth and my dick. Other than that, I think this live pretty good. Bananas and rice. Haha. Polygenism makes sense. Species of human beings from different origins. Oh, I think that's racist. Different species like bears and dogs. Dead air. Just keep going. There's a girl pull. Oh, one dancing. It's such a shame we have to put up with liberals holding us back from moving forward in so many ways. It's just a shame we have these exhibit institutions holding us back from. We are going towards one pure identity, one pure race, if you call it the superior race. And these stupid liberals says they are holding us back. L Trump. So keep know what enough yet. You don't know what a liberal is. Yes, we are. If a person has a I-205 warrant, that means that they have already had their case go before a judge. That made the determination to remove them. If that's an I-2, they still need to see a judge.
That's not true.
Is that true?
Administrative warrants are just arrest. You can issue one, disown, and removal proceedings, or someone in final, or someone that's been issued a final order removal. It's just an arrest warrant, pretty much, and it can be given to anyone at any point in time.
True. Any referring to yeah, I'm not like where is this different? Wrong. Trump should could the admin and warrant then sort of develop into digital warrant, or would that require an actual crime or something? No, you don't even like. And you could have all the same evidence for an administrative warrant and just go to a judge and get them sign it. It's kind of just about ICE being super fucking lazy and not wanting to like take the time to actually like go to a judge and get the warrant signed.
I mean, it's not even that. No judge is gonna ever sign a warrant so you can arrest an immigrant and final. Like, that's just stupid. Why would you do that? Like, there's no probable cause. What's the reason to arrest them?
Okay, so you're
Them being
this
grown, I
would
guess.
make sense. They're they don't have probable cause to actually sign the warrant. So they're just doing internal ones. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like you'd have to detain them for something, right? Like you can't just detain them for just for shits and giggles. But this is why most immigrants are just like they're let to do whatever after final orders of removal are issued, because typically immigrants follow
Oh,
them.
we got a call in.
And
So I need a live right now. You can go into the Discord, into Greer's,
Alright.
and I'll let you in the Discord. Okay, what's up, dude? Tanner. Tanner,
Hello?
hello. You're currently live.
Hello. Oh, cool.
Okay, dude. What do you disagree with?
What was that?
What do you disagree with?
I'm wondering what you think about abortion.
This is a Trump live, dude. Not here to argue about abortion.
Okay. Well, Trump's opinion on abortion is different than mine, but all right. I don't really like Trump as a person. I like him as a president, but I think he's a terrible person as just as a human
Why do you
being.
like him as a president?
I think he has good policies for the most part.
Okay, like what policies?
I think no tax on tips and no tax on overtime is really good. I think, I mean, the whole thing with the Epstein files was a disaster, but and the tariff policies I think could be better. But other than that, I think basically everything he's done is awesome.
Yeah, so no tax and tips and no tax and overtime. Like number one, a lot of the ways that people get their tips anyways are via cash. So I don't know like how much that's doing for anybody. And the no tax and overtime one, if I'm correct, is deductible that you can do at the end of the year. So you're still getting taxed on it throughout the year. And both of those actually do sunset. So Congress would have to renew them. On top of that, it seemed like another promise that Donald Trump made was to actually lower the deficit and balance the budget. And cutting taxes is not going to be helping that when you need increased revenue to actually try and get down the debt. So I don't know why you would like those policies, while they might have like some very like insular like benefits to the average American. They seem like a bad implementation of those policies. And number two, for the overall policy of actually lowering the deficit and balancing the budget, it seems to be directly harmful to that.
Well, yes, I do want to pay down our debt, but another way to do that is to get all of the illegals out because they're taking up all of our tax
That was a
dollars
nice
through
pivot.
things like
That
Medicare
was a nice
and
pivot.
Social Security
Uh-huh.
and FEMA benefits
I'm
and
good
paying for their
to-
hotel rooms.
Look, I'm good to talk about illegal immigrants. That's fine. But would you address the point that I just made?
About paying down the deficit.
Yes.
I
did
did just
anything-
address it. We need to get all of the illegal immigrants out.
No, you didn't. I made a specific point about why I think the policies that you mentioned are bad and not and not part of like overall ideology that Donald Trump pushed during his campaign. And instead of addressing like, oh, well, this is why I actually think like taxes on tips would have been like more beneficial than like you're making it out to be, or saying something like, well, actually, I don't know, like for some reason this is gonna somehow increase the amount of revenue we're gonna get through taxes. You pivoted onto how illegal immigrants are or immigrants in general are taking up federal resources.
Yeah, but I don't care about how much revenue the government is getting.
Well, yeah, you
Because
should.
if we
do you care about the debt?
reduce the amount the government is spending, then we don't need any more revenue.
Do you care about the debt?
I do care about the debt. I want to
Okay.
pay it off.
Okay. Do you need to make revenue to pay off the debt?
Well, yes, but another
Okay,
way
so you're gonna
to
need both.
free up revenue is to
Well,
stop spending money on
yeah,
stupid
those are
things.
yes, not spending is definitely one way to like help reduce the deficit, but I was specifically addressing the revenue aspect, so it was a pivot. So I would just you can just say like I think that your criticisms of like those specific policies are correct, and then we can pivot on to like how illegal immigrants or immigrants in general may or may not be taking up federal resources if you'd like.
Yeah, I think your point does have some merit, but I also don't really care about the revenue that much.
You should. If you care about the deficit and the debt, you should care about the revenue. Absolutely. But let's go on to
Well,
illegal immigrants.
if we can increase the revenue without increasing taxes, then absolutely, yeah, we should do that.
But the way the government
But
gets revenue is through taxes, so that's like kind of a necessary thing.
not necessarily through taxes. It can also be through things like tariffs or
Tariffs are a tax.
exportations or trade deals.
Tariffs are a tax.
Tariffs are. They have the same effect as a tax,
No,
but they aren't.
Tariffs are a tax. Tariffs are a tax on the importer of goods.
Well, yes, but they're not a tax on American citizens.
No, it would be a tax on the citizens or on the company, the American company, because the tax is on the importer, and the importer would be an American business. So.
Okay, so it's a corporate tax.
Yeah, it'd be a form of corporate tax. Then again, an individual can also import stuff, so it could also be an individual tax depending on if you're like personally importing certain goods or products. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tax. So.
Okay, but just because it's a tax doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
I agree with you. But you were the one saying that you didn't want to raise taxes, so I was just pointing that out.
Yeah, I would prefer to lower taxes, actually.
Okay, but what do you think is more pressing, the deficit or taxes?
I would say they're both a big issue, but I think taxes would be better.
Okay, this is funny. Why do you think the deficit's bad? Like, what do you think the debt's bad?
Why do I think that debt is bad?
Yes.
Because our government spends money on stupid things.
Okay.
And now we are like 35 trillion or something in
why
debt
is it bad to be
to
$35
other
trillion
countries.
in debt? Why is that a negative thing to the country?
Because it hurts our reputation on the world stage.
How does that hurt our reputation?
Because we've had this debt for like years and we're not paying it off, and now that's hurting our reputation and our image because we aren't seen as a trustworthy country anymore.
How's that like the U.S. like the U.S. has I'm pretty sure its credit rating was like AAA up until like Congress kept fucking up interest payments on the debt. I don't know, like for literally we've had deficits for probably almost 100 years. I don't know how that's hurt our reputation anyway. Literally almost all countries, the EU, any country with like some kind of sovereignty of their own currency has more debt than they have in revenue or has some amount of debt.
Yeah, and a certain amount of debt is fine.
So I don't see how that's hurting our reputation. Like, could you give me like a specific example and like how this has hurt our reputation?
Not really. I don't think I really have a specific example, but just like the idea.
Okay. Well, I don't really care about the idea. I care about what's actually happening, but that's fine. So it doesn't seem okay. So you don't really see like why do you think cutting taxes is a good thing? Why do you think that's a good policy that we should do?
Because it would help the American people be more affordable. It would help drive home ownership up. It would help increase wages. It would help foster things like wealth inequality and income inequality.
Okay. So, like, why do taxes like have those effects? Like, why do you think those taxes have those effects?
Because people now have more money to circulate throughout the economy.
Okay, so you're saying people have more money, so therefore it's easier for those people to end up like go and buy homes, right? That's kind of the argument.
Yeah, buying homes, paying for groceries, everything.
Okay, so couldn't somebody make the exact argument that actually, when there isn't taxation, that we're actually decreasing like the amount of innovation within any given society, right? Or within at least how the tax system currently works. Like for instance, of corporate taxes, one thing you can do is that you can write off business expenses. Same if you're if you're actually like an independent contractor working for another business, and by lowering taxes, you're actually reducing the amount of money that people reinvest, and therefore the amount of investment and innovation that goes into any individual business. And there are also negative effects to lowering taxes. It also means that you have less money to spend on things like welfare programs for people who might be struggling through certain things. Are those not like what do you? I guess it's a kind of like a hard thing. Have you ever like taken into consideration and like weighed like the benefits versus like the negatives of lowering taxes, and like what an effective tax rate might be?
Well, on the thing about welfare programs, just to start with that, I think a lot of welfare programs are dumb. They don't do what they're intended to do. They have become more like a hammock rather than a safety net because people are just staying there for 5, 10, 20 years
Why do you think
instead
that?
of 6 months to a year like they're supposed to,
Why do you think that?
because I've seen it.
You've seen it, so you have like personal experience with it.
Yes.
Do you think that your personal experience can count for the millions of people on welfare?
No, but
No.
I've
So
seen
it seems like you kind of
I've
have
seen
an
both
unjustified
anecdotal experience.
Anecdotal experience. I have anecdotal experience with people who welfare programs have massively benefited. There's no way to actually parse any of these two ideas, and it would be ridiculous for any of us to say right now that either of our personal experience could actually like be useful to account for a system that involves millions of people. So it just like when I try to like get you down on this, because it seems like one, you don't really like know why did that necessarily is like a bad thing. You don't have any specific examples. You also really don't seem to like have any good evidence for like a lot of the claims you're making about why lowering taxes would be a good thing, but yet you believe in these policies. But that's at least on a policy note for when we're talking about like the Trump administration. I'd like to get into the illegal immigrant thing you brought up though. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
sure.
said that
Let's go to immigrants.
So you said that illegal. When you say immigrants are like taking would you benefits from America, or like take like fiscally negative?
Yes.
Is it illegal or illegal?
Fiscally negative, absolutely, yes.
Okay, all
And
immigrants.
also culturally negative.
All immigrants.
Not all immigrants, but a large portion of them.
Okay, and you're not making distinctions between legal and illegal.
No, legal immigrants I'm totally fine with. I don't care about legal immigrants. But
Okay.
illegal immigrants I have a massive problem with.
I'll touch on that.
Not just on a fiscal level, but also on a cultural level.
I'll touch on that later. Okay. Are you familiar? The Cato Institute has looked at the fiscal effects of immigrants on the government over time, and over the average illegal immigrant's lifetime, they're going to be a slight fiscal positive to the government. There's also a meta-analysis by Harvard, I think it was by the Kier couple, and they also found that fiscally, over their lifetime, immigrants are a slight benefit fiscally to the government.
Is that legal or illegal immigrants?
First one, the Cato looked into illegal, and second one, Harvard looked into all immigrants.
Okay. Well, I don't really care when we're talking about the illegal immigrants. I don't really care that much about the fiscal policy. I just want I care more about the cultural and legal aspect of it.
Cultural legal. Okay. So we're gonna abandon the fiscal economic. Okay. So I want to get into the second thing. So you made a statement, right? And the statement was, I don't have a problem with legal immigrants. So it seems for the most part you're okay with legal immigration. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I think we should slightly increase legal immigration. I think legal immigration should be made easier.
Okay, you seem like an honest dude. I'm guessing you would criticize Trump's policies to restrict legal immigration in this current term, banning all visa
For the
applications
most
from
part, yeah.
75 different countries, completely suspending the refugee program except for white Afrikaners, $100 fee for asylum, $100,000 fee for H-1 visas. I'm guessing you're against that.
The fees for asylum and visas I would be fine with, but other than that, I would be against those policies.
I'm saying, why are you okay with the fees?
Well, because it would be increasing revenue, like you are advocating for.
Interesting. What do you think the point of like asylum is?
Well, it could be political asylum, it could be gang asylum,
But what's like
because
the
asylum
specific
is just getting safety
when
from
somebody
danger from
goes
your own
to
country.
yeah, so asylum is about
So
you're fleeing some kind of fear of prosecution, and then there's like different things. So that like fear could be a fear of like political prosecution, fear of prosecution based on religion, based on like your sex, right? All those different things.
yeah,
Do you think that we should be like tying
yeah.
some kind of like burden in to people who are fleeing like probably extremely terrible situations to some kind of like monetary standard? Like, do you think like a lot of these people don't have
I
$100? I don't think. Do you think like $100 is worth somebody's life potentially?
No, but I think it depends on the situation. And also, I really like the return to Mexico
But
policy from
you can't
Trump's first term.
you can't you don't know the situation until you've litigated an asylum case, which would necessarily require that you admit them as an asylum seeker and then go through the necessary processing steps. So to have that like $100 fee to even like begin to fill out your initial form to seek asylum would literally just potentially be condemning some people to persecution by certain political groups or other organizations. And I don't, and personally, I don't value money over people's lives.
I don't value money over people's lives either.
Okay, so
But there's so during Trump's first term, he had his policy called Remain in Mexico,
wait, I just
where
want you to
any
concede on that point.
asylum seeker. Wait, what?
Yeah, just say that you don't like the $100 asylum fee.
I mean, maybe not at $100. We could reduce it to say like $25 or $30, but just as like a processing fee.
There's no money, right? I think it would have been super like asylum. The system of asylum was born out of the 1951 UN Convention after like World War II and some of the conflicts that followed after it, right? I think it would be super unreasonable if we had like Jews fleeing the Holocaust and they got to like I don't know they got into France and we were like to the UK and we were like okay, well do you have the $25 to seek asylum? I was like no, okay, back to the camps for you.
No, I think that's unreasonable because they're
But yeah,
actually
but
going
that's
through
what
a mass
that's what
genocide.
okay, but that's what like asylum is protecting. It's protecting those people, which is why we
Yes,
don't like
why
attach
are
a fee to like humanitarian programs.
okay, but why are they seeking asylum specifically in America and not in any other country where they're not being persecuted?
Because America is oftentimes the safest country.
Well, yes, but you can also like if for example you're being persecuted in Iran, which is happening right now. They've killed like 12,000 of their own citizens, last I heard. But they can go to like the next country over that
Yeah, the
isn't
majority of them do.
persecuting them and genociding them and seek asylum there.
Yeah, that's actually something people don't get. The majority, I think in the Syrian war, the majority of people actually ended up settling as refugees and elsewhere in the Middle East, and very few of them actually ended up going to like Europe. So for the most part, that does happen. But most of the people seeking asylum are like South American, so it makes sense why they come to the U.S. Since a lot of the like C groups that they
Yeah.
end up fleeing and seeking asylum from operate multinationally because they're oftentimes smuggling rugs all the way up into into America. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But then on the cultural aspect, I think a lot of I think a lot of cultures aren't compatible with America.
Okay, what cultures?
Um, a lot of a lot of Muslim cultures, certain parts of India.
Muslim cultures.
Um,
Okay, what do you think Muslim
yeah,
culture
like
isn't?
Muslim countries.
Muslim countries aren't compatible. Okay, why do you think that?
Well, because their religion is incompatible because they have different values.
Okay, how?
Well, some of their values include having multiple wives, beating said wives, raping children, and beheading rape victims for reporting rape.
Mm-hmm.
Like their prophet, who apparently, according to them, is the most perfect man to ever exist. He married a 6-year-old and consummated the marriage at 9, meaning he raped a 9-year-old.
Yeah. So,
Anyone
like,
who
quick
thinks
question:
that
Are do you
a
know? Are you familiar
man
with
raping a
Kosovo?
9-year-old is a perfect man is not
Are you
compatible with
familiar with?
America.
Are you familiar with Kosovo?
With Kosovo, the
Kosovo.
country,
Yes. In Europe.
um, I know what it is. I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, it's a 95% Muslim majority. It's
Okay.
a democratic institution. The president's a woman. You're allowed to be gay there. They don't like. I think the age of consent's like 16. They don't like rape children. They don't cut off heads. So it just seems like I often like this is the point I make all the time. M- most Islam is more defined by the culture and the society around it rather than the opposite way around, where Islam informs like the culture, right? It'd be really dumb to like say like a Muslim from Kosovo versus a Muslim from Iran versus a Muslim from like Malaysia are all the same. So what I'm guessing is you're saying that you think that Muslims specifically coming from like the Middle East and especially very um like theocracies in the Middle East are incompatible with the U.S. culture.
Yes, but I think that a Muslim from Kosovo is different than a Muslim from like Iran or Afghanistan or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't, from the way you described Kosovo, that doesn't sound like Islam. That sounds more like Christianity.
No, there is Islam. That's 95%.
Well, yes, but it sounds like they hold the values of Christianity, which
No,
sounds
that's
like
not
they're
true.
not. Well, they can still be Muslim while holding the values of Christianity. They can still
Those aren't
believe in.
inherently Christian values. I need those things, right? Like there's Christians out there that think it's okay to beat your wife and have multiple wives. Like I don't know, look at the Mormons. Some of them believe that. Some of them believe in that. Right? Those aren't things. They're just
Yeah,
different. People have different as like society and culture changes. People interpret religious texts differently to like wherever the culture is, which is my point, right? So my point is going to be basically that America has a very strong assimilation culture. People who are Muslim will move into America. Maybe they have like more extremist interpretations of the Quran of certain religious texts, but those interpretations will become more and more liberal as they assimilate to his culture while still retaining like their like Muslim identity. And for the purpose of this conversation, I'm just going to define like a Muslim as somebody who believes that like Muhammad is the final prophet who brought the final word of God.
yeah. No, I would agree with that definition. So, so the problem with the assimilation thing is we are taking in too many of them, and they can't assimilate fast enough.
Okay. Like, what's the evidence
So
for that?
we have too large of a population of radical Muslims.
What's your evidence for that?
What was that?
What's your evidence for that?
I've seen it.
Okay. I'll just give counter
I've
evidence. That's no,
seen.
you're fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll give counter evidence. So,
So
Pew Research
I
has looked at like the amount of Muslims who are accepting of gay people since 2011. And in the country alone, it's gone from 33% to 75%, and that's as we've taken in more and more Muslims. So I think we've seen the opposite. Actually, we've seen people assimilating more and more Muslims more and more as they come into the U.S. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, I think that's good because I have no problem with gay people, and I think
Yeah.
I think gay people are fine.
That's an example
But
of them assimilating to liberal values. Cool.
yeah, but they don't. But that would be something that I agree with. But they also could have other things that I don't agree with, like beating your wife or raping your child,
I don't remember
that
the last
I
time I
don't
met.
agree with.
Okay, well, like I'm trying to say that these people
Okay,
are. Let's like
here
let's
I'll
look at let's look at their arguments here. I'm trying to say that these people are assimilating to like more liberal values, right? Like to more like American values. You're trying to say they're not. My evidence is that we have one of like a liberal value that a lot of Muslims, especially extremist ones, are against, is like being accepting of like gay and trans people. I have evidence that they are doing that, which to me would be like a better indication of like some kind of wider assimilation to people who live in more like liberal areas being able to accept that, and then you have your personal experience. So I feel like if anything, it's just conversation alone. There's better evidence to suggest that they're probably are assimilating than they aren't.
Okay, why do Muslims make their women wear a hijab?
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
So it's because they think that if they're wearing the hijab, the woman will be less sexually attractive to the men, and that will make the men not have impure, like sexually impure thoughts. So then, if that is the reason why the women are wearing hijabs, why do children also wear hijabs?
Is that true? Do all children wear hijabs in the own culture?
Yes, yes.
Like I don't.
Female children, yes. Male children, no. But female children, yes. And if the reason they are wearing the hijabs is to prevent impure sexual thoughts from the men, then the children shouldn't have to be wearing them because you shouldn't be sexually attracted to children.
Muslim woman is an active faith obedience to Allah and commitment to modesty as outlined in the Quran. Beyond religious duty, the headscarf. I don't like. Okay, like do you think it's like appropriate for like a little girl to like be wearing a bikini?
Generally, no.
Generally, no.
I think it depends on the age, but no.
Okay, no. Okay, I feel like this is kind of the logic that
If
you're
they're
using.
under the
This is
age
this is
of
kind of
like,
this is, I feel like this is kind of logic like you're using. Where you're saying, okay, well, people say it's not okay for little girls to wear their swimming suits because that's sexualizing them. So if that's sexualizing them, that means that these people are having thoughts that little girls are attractive, which I'm against. Which I feel like is kind of the same logic you're using, where you're saying, oh, if you're wearing a hijab because of because of modesty, and like what little girls are wearing hijabs, and the opposite example would be, oh well, little girls aren't allowed to wear bikinis to go to the swimming pool, then therefore that means these people are like having some kind of attraction to them. I wouldn't immediately say that. I don't think that's like the intention. I wouldn't say that's because like parents don't wouldn't like allow that, or make like um people, or some like maybe Christian parents make their like little girls like cover up more. I'm not gonna immediately say, oh, though, therefore they're like PD3 files.
no, I'm not going to say that either, but I think we also should teach a reasonable amount of modesty in our children,
Okay,
both
but
male
like,
and female.
okay, do you see what I say? Like how like the logic that you're using to try and like make them out to be like almost PD files, I can then like also apply that to like more modest Christians, or even just modest like even anybody in general, and I could like then construe it to them like having like these like bad thoughts, right? So
Yeah, but
I don't.
I
You
don't
think that's good
think
logic to use?
I don't think teaching a reasonable amount of modesty is bad, but I think forcing a 5-year-old girl to cover everything except for her eyes is a reasonable amount of modesty.
Well, that's not true. Like, I've met people who wear like very, very tiny, small hijabs, and like depending on like the sex, sometimes it's like very large hijabs that cover like the entire body.
Yeah,
Hijab, often veil,
yeah.
is
Well,
a practice
obviously
rooted in
there's
modesty. It's often put
varying
on for
levels to
men
it.
and women. While hijab's primary purpose is modesty, it also comes to symbolize various social and political issues over time. So yeah, I'm guessing like this would be personal experience. Like I know people like their hijabs are very, very small.
Yeah, I obviously there is like varying levels to it, but
Okay, it would seem probably like depending on your sect, it could be more for modesty or more it's just a religious symbol.
yeah, I'm fine with it as a religious symbol. I don't
Okay,
really
so I don't
care.
like I don't I don't think that immediately implies that they're all like P3 files either.
Yeah, I don't think it does either, but sometimes it does.
Here, hijab is a square scarf,
But
covers the head and neck. Maybe a veil for the face, eyes remains visible. Burqa covers full body, entire face mask, covering a full body cloak. Yeah, it seems more as a religious symbol than like one for modesty. Unless people are like lusting at people's
are there
ears.
not other religious symbols that you can use?
Huh? Sure, yeah. It's part of their religion, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's
No,
other religious symbols
I
other than
have
like a
nothing
kippah or
against.
like a yarmulke that Jews could wear. But yeah, they decide to do what they do.
Yeah, I have nothing against their religion other than that their prophet is a literal pedophile.
Yeah, some Muslims criticize him for that. Depends. Some Muslims believe that.
I'm not sure I've seen any Muslims
Well,
criticize
yeah,
him
it's
for
like
that.
since
And
he's not the
if
Messiah,
they are
they still believe
criticizing him, then
Jesus.
they're
They
going
still
against the
believe
Muslim
Jesus.
faith.
They still believe Jesus is the Messiah, but he's only a prophet, and prophets can like do sin. So the argument is that like Muhammad can do things that are wrong.
Okay, but I've seen Muslims saying that Muhammad literally didn't do anything wrong ever in his entire life.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
what we're
Muslims
discussing.
saying that Muhammad is also the Messiah.
I've seen Christians say that slavery is okay via the Old Testament. Yeah,
Okay, and
there's
those
extremists.
Christians are wrong.
Okay, and those Muslims are wrong. There's extremists everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't immediately condemn an entire faith to that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just saying that Muhammad is a literal PDF file.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
I don't know how that doesn't
Do you personally follow a religion?
Huh? Habibi, of course I do, Habibi. Of course.
What is your religion? Just curious.
Well, my religion is to bring Allah to this live, and all my loyal viewers, and tell them to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, that's haram. Number one, right? Number two, I will root out any of the disgusting infidel in the comments who don't agree with any of my views, and I'll bring glorious jihad to YouTube with my epic debates.
Wait, so you're a Muslim?
Secular. No, I'm secular.
Okay. I actually am also secular, but I, for the most part, agree with Christian ethics.
Okay, anything else? Or would you like me to give my criticism?
No, I think that's about it.
This dude is gay. Like I said, this debate is garbage. True. This dude's voice over us.
You mean me?
No, I'm just reading comments. Academic species. What if we just get rid of all religion? We'd be better off. You're dumb, so dumb.
I don't think we would be better off if we got rid of all religion. I think Christianity and certain parts of Judaism are good.
Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, and the egg means what can you say? Hey, why you hate Trump? Good point. Recent events. I'd probably say my main critique of Trump right now is just like the how ICE is being used. I think we can like look and see that like ICE is violating the Fourth Amendment. I'm someone who believes in the Constitution. They're doing warrantless arrests of immigrants only on the basis of reasonable suspicion. When to do an arrest, you need probable cause. Greg Bavino literally said that, and he was the leader of ICE operations in Minnesota, Chicago, and LA. And DHS also said that in a press release. I also think like via the leaked ICE memo that was recently leaked into the public by a couple whistleblowers that doing arrests with entering immigrants' domiciles with only administrative warrants instead of judicial warrants is another violation of the Fourth Amendment, right? Because you need a judge to actually sign a warrant. You can't the ICE can't just like self-determine that like this warrant is valid. They need to go to a judge and actually like give the evidence that they have probable cause to go into their domicile and then arrest an immigrant. So yeah, and like yeah, that's why people are on the streets. Like ICE is violating our constitutional rights. They're violating the Fourth Amendment. So like no shit, people are gonna be mad at them. They're also violating the Fifth Amendment via due process too. There's been there's a really good court case out there. It's in District of Massachusetts, no, Michigan, I think, where the judge was going over basically an immigrant had filed something called a habeas petition, and a habeas petition is where you're contending your detention, right? And the judge said, okay, well, you submitted your habeas petition. ICE now needs to either release you within 7 days or like file a response for why this like habeas petition is invalid. And ICE neither would release the immigrant nor would they actually file why the habeas petition that the immigrant signed was invalid. And he noted the fact, and he literally put at least like 30 other court cases within just this year, 2025, where ICE had failed to actually comply with the judges, specific only on habeas petitions. So ICE is violating Fourth Amendment rights. They're violating Fifth Amendment rights via due process, and that's disgusting. And we are a nation of law. We're a nation of actually enforcing the Constitution and protecting people's rights. And if ICE is violating that, people are going to go in the streets and people are going to protest what they're doing, and people are going to make sure that ICE is not violating anybody else's rights either.
Did you protest during Obama?
Did I protest when I was 8 years old? No.
Okay, but if you were of a age of protesting during Obama's presidency, would you have?
Would I probably not? Maybe on the
Okay,
immigrant thing.
Obama was worse than Trump. Obama deported 6 times more than Trump has, and
Okay.
70% of them were without due process.
What do you mean they're without due process?
Over 70% of them didn't get court cases.
What is due process?
Due process is court cases,
No. Due process
things
is the
like
process
reasonable
that you are-
suspicion and probable cause.
Due process
things
is
like-
due process is very simply the process that you are due under the law, right? So that doesn't always mean a court case. You don't always need a court case to remove somebody from the country, right? Now, what
Okay,
Obama
so then
did
what
was
is
he was
what is
removing
the due
people-
process
he was
for removing someone from the
people
country?
via expedited removal. So expedited removal allows CBP and like ICE to remove anybody within 200 miles of a port of entry, right? So whether that's at the border, or whether that's an airport, who's been in the country for no
Yeah.
more than no more than 2
For I
years.
believe it's no more
2
than
weeks.
2 years, if I
It's 2
remember
weeks.
correctly.
It's 2 weeks. So what Obama was doing is that he was deporting recent illegal immigrants out of the country, which I'm fine with. That's my exact position, actually. Recent illegal immigrants should be deported. And expedited
then what's
removal
your
does
problem
not
with Trump?
require a court case. The only thing the the only due process that those immigrants get is that the officer has to have probable cause that those people are illegal immigrants. And once that determination is made, it cannot be reviewed by court. And unless the immigrant is seeking asylum, or seeking protection under the Torture of Convention of the 1980 Refugee Act, that person is deported. There's no court case there. So that is not a violation of due process. That is literally the due process they get.
Okay, so then why do you have a problem with Trump doing the same thing?
Because he's violating the due process they're due under the law. Because what's happening is that he's putting these people into detention. In detention, they have a right to file habeas petitions, and they're doing that. And then when the judge says, okay, you either need to release this person or you need to contend with the habeas petition that they just filed, and they don't, that's a violation of their due process, because either they need to be released or they need a reason for why that habeas petition is invalid. Because that is their due process under the law and under the INA. Because
did Obama honor their habeas petitions?
From what I know, yeah.
Okay. What about when Obama put kids in cages?
That was bad.
So you would have protested against that if you had been of protesting age and not 8 years old?
Protested against that? No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
No,
I don't think that's illegal. Anyway.
But you don't think it's illegal? I mean, I guess if they've like committed a crime or something, then I guess it's not illegal. Which they have committed a crime under U.S. Code 8, Section 1325. But
I criticized Biden when he reopened certain facilities that were separating children and families. I don't. That's not something I'm going to protest, though. It's not a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Violation of the Fifth Amendment.
Well, then it's a good thing that Trump isn't separating children or families unless they're requesting to be separated.
I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure in the first administration there was just separations happening that weren't requested.
Maybe in the first administration. I don't know as much about Trump's first administration because I wasn't nearly as into politics back then as I am now. But mostly because during Trump's first administration, I was 10 years old when it started. But
because separates thousands of migrant families. President Trump's zero-tolerance split more than 5,000 children families to Mexico border during his first term. When images of baby tossing for arms, mothers for detention. 7 years later, families are being separated, but in a much different way, with illegal border crossing to the lowest level in decades. Push for mass deportations, divine families status inside the U.S. are detaining tens of thousands of asylum seekers, migrants. Detainers are repeatedly imported or held in poor conditions for asking to go home. Families were
okay, so it sounds like he did
struggled to find children in the vast shelter system because the government weren't linked. Now parents inside the U.S. Oh, it's not that he's not doing it at the border. It's just that they're not that when it comes to internal deportations that they have a choice. Okay, whatever. That makes sense though. If there's mixed status families, of course, they're gonna have a choice. That's gonna be different than like an entire family who has the same status.
Yeah.
But then said that Obama had every right to do expedited. Trump can do expedited removals. The people that he's detaining are going through formal removal proceedings. It's not expedited removal, so they have a right to file habeas petitions. With expedited removal, you don't even have a right to file the habeas.
Some of the people on your side are saying that even expedited removals are illegal or shouldn't be done. I know you aren't, but some of the people who agree with you on a lot of things are saying that.
Okay. I disagree with them.
Which I know you're not saying that personally, but a lot of people are.
Where did I go?
Where did what go?
Okay, one of my guys is wanting to come in. Y'all, by the way, if you want to debate, call in. It says call things there. So yeah.
All right, yeah, sounds like you have other people to debate. I'll let you go debate them.
I'm probably just gonna play Among Us.
That too.
Okay, man. See you. How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? So is he violating due process? Your opinion is that he can do it. Oh my god, because ICE needs to either release somebody or contest a habeas petition when it's signed, and they're not doing that, either of those things. There's a violation of due process because either need to be released because at that point it's a valid habeas petition, or they need to contest why the grounds of it. That's why. Trump is king. Damn, the farm equipment that he's got says something. What does that even mean? At Bell? Wait, is somebody being racist? Who's being racist? The farm equipment that thinks he got. Wait, damn, the farm equipment thinks he got something to say? Oh, well, I can't read because I'm black. Fuck. Shit, no. Scratch, can you turn your mic up? You're very, very quiet. Am I really that quiet? Sorry, let me listen to my live. I have it on my phone right here so I can listen. Oh, I'm super quiet. I don't know why that is. It's loud on OBS. I turned the gain up, so it should be fine now. Sorry about that, y'all. Thanks for the decision in chat. Think America, your voice is good now. Thank you. Once again, if you guys disagree, you can come in and chat. Yeah, that's how it is. Chat is, we have completely open. You just need to click on the pinned comment. It says call in here. Go to the Discord. Once you get in, no debate. Trump does suck. True. Tell us why. Sorry. Tell us why do you think Trump is great? At least America still has farm equipment. The Rabs made all this disposal, one-time use only. What does that even mean? That was a 12-year-old disrespect. Wait, that was a 12-year-old desperate for attention? Huh? Also, thanks, man. You were respectful. I've seen a few guys in here that are freaking a-holes. Well, like, he's like 15. Like, what am I gonna be like? You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Like, I don't know. Like, if there's somebody in here who deserves aggression, I'm gonna give it to them. If they don't, then, like, I'm not. One of those is a warrant for, so the I-200 or I-20 is a warrant for arrest of an alien, where an I-205 is a warrant for removal / deportation. Both are administrative warrants, though. Afternoon. From Australia. What is up, y'all? Hence they had to get a new farm equipment all the time. Holy racism down in the comments. I don't care how one. Remember when they said that all of the Russian investigation was a hoax because of the one bad warrant? Now they're justifying that you don't even need warrants. True. Holy shit, that was like a giant Millie argument. No, that wasn't Millie. It was an SK. SK double on TikTok. She would constantly talk about how the Jack Smith indictment, the warrant for the raid on Mar-a-Lago was completely bullshit. And now they're saying you don't even need a warrant. You just need to make sure everyone. I always wondered why slavery such a bug topic in America, but they don't do anything to stop it going on all day, every day in the Middle East. Absolutely no debate needed. He is absolutely worthless as a president. True. So a person that has a 205 warrant has already had their file reviewed by a judge. Correcto Mungo. It's either going to be by a judge. I guess it could be like an expedited removal, though. You deleted my comment. I did not delete my comment. My friendly and base moderator, Tron, removed your comment because you're probably being racist. Don't do that. And your comments won't be removed. Here, let's see. Get FDR. You think Trump supporters are bots? Okay, keep telling country. Clearly, the FBI should have just checked. I haven't done any moderating. I'm doing the dishes. Oh, well then you said something really fucking bad and YouTube automatically removed it. That's even worse, bro. That's even worse. Racism isn't all that bad. I used to be racist, but my bikes all kept getting stolen. Okay, nice. See you in 30 minutes, little bro. You can be racist once or twice, and I don't really care, but yeah. Go ahead and leave. You should just quit. Shout out to now version 2. He low-key one of the best months for real. What? How about you guys stop hiding from me? Come, debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. Okay. How about y'all come and debate me, bro? Okay. You guys would be so much better off if you were debating me currently, right now. Debate me, bro. Why are you deleting my comments? You don't want to hear. Dude, nobody deleted your comments. My moderator told me your comment wasn't deleted. It literally just wasn't. Or you said something. You said like the N word and YouTube automatically removed it. I never said anything racist. I just assuming because the only reason I have Tron on as a moderator is to literally make sure the racism isn't too bad. I hope people keep the same energy towards ICE on a Democrat president of your choice. Starts supporting people still. Deportation isn't a bad thing. It's the way Trump is doing it and who he's doing it to, dumbass. I literally obviously. People who are recent illegal immigrants should be deported. I'm fine with that. And Obama did that through expedited removal. I'm not against it. Bro, it's literally I've never that's the future whataboutism is actually crazy. Bro's like prepping for the how do you get away with that? Or like guys, I think the thing is bad. Well, I hope you guys keep that position in the future. Like, chill out, bro. Like, if I'm a hypocrite, tell me when I'm a hypocrite. Don't like preemptively be like, "Oh, you're totally gonna do this." Like, you don't know that. Like, bro's actually just saying shit. Bro, this brother just saying shit. I hope you people on the left finally realize what a Second Amendment shouldn't be touched. I saw what I said. Again, if I'm not racist. Holy shit, dude. My God, I literally said that you probably said something racist when I made the original statement. I literally said the only reason that I had Tron on as a moderator because people are often racist towards me and it clogs up the comments, and so I just had him delete stuff, right? He said he wasn't deleting stuff because he was doing dishes, so YouTube must have automatically deleted your comments, and so I said I guess it must have been something really bad like the N-word. I don't know. Maybe you were anti-Semitic. I don't know. It was YouTube automatically censor it. It wasn't my deal. I don't know what the fuck you did. At this point, I'm radicalized to the point I'm against almost any deportations of non-criminals. Second Amendment is about a well-regulated militia. Jesus love you all. Follow him before it's too late. The end times are near. What's that? I guess? Instead of following me, if you disagree with me, how about you request up? That would be so based. It'd be so based if you guys clicked on the link for the call-ins, went to the Discord and joined up. Just for y'all. Just because I feel like I'm gonna post. That is the link. It's either the pinned comment or it's the link I literally just put in chat. You know, I just realized it's super dumb. You can't click the link. Wow. It's not a clickable link on the phone side. Huh. I'm guessing that's why people aren't joining, because they can't actually click it. Yeah, I just realized that. Okay, sorry. If you guys can't... Sorry, I just realized that. I'm so sorry. If you can't click the link, what you guys need to do is you need to click on my profile. You need to go to my bio, right, and click my link tree. Okay? It's gonna say socials, right? It's gonna say links. Click the link tree, it's socials. You need to scroll down, or once you get to the link tree, you just need to click on my Discord server or click on the Discord icon on my Linktree page, and it'll take you to the Discord. I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't even realize. Satan has the same mercy program. What are we talking about in chat? Can chat like calm down for a second, or we're not on that right? I came in when you hung up on the guy. I believe you're talking about the. If I recap, can you recap? Oh, it was a long conversation. Tell you what, dude, I'm gonna upload it. I will upload it this week. I will upload it this week, and you can watch it. Okay, I'll actually start uploading videos again. Good stream. Thank you. Trump brokered peace between 7 countries that were at war. Not true. Like the Israel-Palestine stuff has fallen apart. The ceasefires done for the Azerbaijan Armenia stuff. He just hosted the signing of the deal. The stuff between Pakistan and India. Pakistan says he has nothing to do with it. It just lies. Like he just lies about his involvement in wars. It's dumb. Yep, Trump is a horrible human being. Thank you. I'm glad we're finally finding the target audience. I'm glad we're getting there. Yeah, Tron. The links in the YouTube chat aren't working for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't have Discord. Sucks to suck. Yeah, it's clickable. Wait, to be clear, it's clickable on my side. So if you're on computer, you can click it. Right? Sounds like a Bob problem. True, that does sound like a Bob problem. Oh my god, well, you into YouTube comments? Man, this ain't ideal. Yeah. So if you're on computer, it's clickable, but if you're on phone, for some reason, it isn't. I don't know. Wait, was it? I'm not going insane. Trump pack. Oh, why is everything in caps lock? Can we not do that? Oh, I mixed it up. It was India that denied it. Pakistan said he was involved. My mistake. Messed up sides. Okay, I will retract that. Thank you for the correction. Who did that come from? Med10_91. Brother, what do you do? Sorry. Brother, what do you who know truly nothing? Brother, what do you know truly nothing but second-hand info? You have no true substance, young brother, but talk about nothing with a agenda. Bless you examine yourself thoroughly before you look at. Oh my god, that was so badly written. That was so badly written. Oh, actually, while we're at it, I'm glad he brought this up. I'll turn my window capture back on. Hey, you guys can see yourselves. That's my perspective, y'all. Yeah. Let's go to YouTube. Y'all, while we're at it. Wait, what happened? Oh, yeah, that happened because I'm done. What is happening? So, guys, I actually, contrary to the beliefs of many of their not so astute mega commenters, do a lot of research. I would say I do a fair amount of research. And I've compiled all of this research in this beautiful website here. I don't know why I'm finicking around with this shit so much. I should just keep it as it is. I'm gonna do that. That's good enough. So actually, I do a lot of research. I do the most research, actually, okay? I do the most research out of anybody. If you'd like to see any of this wonderful data sources I use, I have sources for my debate preps. This is like, there's some guy on TikTok named Enzo. We were in a debate on free speech and stuff. So this is this document. You can see a whole bunch of shit from here. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, if you want to see any of my research documents, I have one on immigration. It's my immigration research document if you want to go see it at any point. It's all on my website, all on my link tree. So yeah, thought I just, flex a little bit. Get out there. If you think I said some bullshit, I post my sources publicly. Okay. W intellectual Mog Mega. Yes. Who are you? You believe in Satan? I'm a Colin friendly. What's up, dude?
Yo,
What's up, fucking let you get?
hey, what's up? Are you done? Are you done with streaming on TikTok?
No, unfortunately, not. But I will be soon.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I mean like, are you done with the platform?
No, no. But hopefully soon I will be. Hopefully I won't have to deal with TikTok anymore soon.
Oh, that's what you meant. All right. Are you funded by APAC? Arn781. I don't think he is. Although Scratch, are you taking that sweet Israel money?
Bro, BB personally pays me. Okay. These I get daily check
7K per stream.
per
7K
stream.
per stream.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Per
Israel
stream,
has a.
actually.
I know. I get taxed. Y'all get taxed. That money goes to Israel and it comes right back to me. It's beautiful.
It's kind of like reparations if you think about it.
Yeah, really. So really, you guys are true. Woke Netanyahu.
Oh,
Woke
my dog's
BB.
yelling at me. I gotta let him out soon.
He realizes that America won't give reparations itself, so he has to do it. But yeah. Hopefully the format will just be like call-ins via Discord. Whatever. I don't want to get a number. I don't want to, but like all these people are like boomers. Like they're like they unironically like it's impossible for them to use like technology. Fuck. Oh, and YouTube sucks. For some reason, when you're on mobile, you can't click links that are in comments on shorts, but you can do it on like computer. I wonder if there's a way to make it clickable. Wait. How to make YouTube short live comments clickable.
Build a website you love.
Oof, let's
With
listen to
Wix.
this, guys.
For
Sorry
your
about
words,
this, y'all.
If you want to
And it's an Indian guy. Regarding it being clickable upon clicking, we remove clickable links and shorts, comments, and descriptions to keep the community safe from scammers and spammers. Use who use clickable URLs to have users. Finds your concern. Oh, they removed the ability because of like scammers and shit, but they didn't do it on fucking computers. That's regarded. So, wait, that's retarded. I'm on YouTube. Yes.
No, you can say kill.
Bruno Mars if he didn't bleach. You mean Michael Jackson, retard. Bad racism. I couldn't understand not having a chat be clickable because it would be easy, so easy to just touch it. Yeah. Bob, what's the issue?
I feel like so many people are saying debate me in the chat, but I don't see anyone joining the Discord.
Well, it's because
There's some people
to join the Discord, what they need to do is they need to click on my actual profile. They need to click on my links, go to my link tree, and then they can join the Discord from there, right? That's how you guys need to join a Discord. You can't copy the comments. It's allowed you to do that. It's allowed you to just copy comment. You need. Everyone's ignoring me. Yeah, dude. Oh shit.
What you need to do is you need to make like the join code really simple. I don't know if you have enough people.
It's funny how you guys come in and can't come up with a better argument than racism.
That's just the truth. Right?
Dude, he was literally talking about Michael Jackson, how I look like Michael Jackson, like without bleaching my skin, and how I was like some broken farmer equipment because I like go out in the field because I'm black, so I go out in the fields and pick cotton. There in the comments, like there's a. It's funny how you guys point out people being racist. Wow.
Bro, I don't understand why there's so many people coming in here and just like touting religion. Like, no one has anything to say against your religion right now. All right, it's purely political strain.
Sure. Maybe one day we'll talk about Israel and Palestine.
Yeah. I thought you said religion. I was about to say that's a fucking cesspool. That's a debate cesspool. All religious debate.
Holy shit! You think I'm gonna debate that shit? Kill me. Oh
Somebody please report this 13-year-old for being on a podcast and talking back to adults and attack horrible to people. Bro, why are you attacking horrible to people?
Please go ahead and report me right now. Everybody in comments, mass report me for being 13 years old. True, I'm 13. Confirmed.
Mass reporting for attacking horrible to people.
True. Oh, I wonder. Wait, I can report myself. Wait. Can I? No, I can't. I would be funny.
There's that guy who's complaining about.
It won't let me join. I don't got permission. What do you mean?
So you see how there's a channel called Collins Friendly and Collins Disagreements? Join one of those two channels and then you'll be dragged in. He's talking about the fact that the voice channel is locked.
Oh my god. Y'all, you need to join. You can't just come into the channel. It has a lot actionable over it. There you go, buddy. Good job.
They don't function on their own.
YOLO, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
Do you disagree?
I'm worried on some level, but there are like some really smart people who are also like good people who are willing to like risk kind of like breaking the glass in case of emergency of like the far right, if that makes sense. Like wow, that echo is crazy on my end.
Yeah, it's on your end.
But like there's like guys like this guy named Rusty Reno who wrote a book called like Return of the Strong Gods, where he basically made the case that like you need to like risk it to like break out of the post-war international rules-based order and all these like vast transnational like bodies, like the basically just like the neoliberal neocon Washington consensus that is kind of like ossified, and there's like pretty much nothing you can do to break out of it except for like centralizing power to like one dude, which is like gonna go south really quick. But like they were like willing to risk it basically, if that makes sense. So like
We've seen this before.
I'm not like a Trump guy myself, but like I do see like where they're kind of coming from with that a little bit.
Consolidating power. Let's see. To nationalism, xenophobia.
Mm. Guys, the economy is so bad that we need to give all of the power to one dude. Because that really worked out well in the past.
I'm getting. I'm sorry. I feel like this is similar to like a very well-known historical event.
Maybe multiple well-known historical
events.
Yeah, we acknowledge that people feel the tendency to centralize power in a response to like neoliberalism. Like we acknowledge that that is the case. We just think that that's not a good idea.
No, true, but it's not just that. It's also like the idea that like the globalization project that like the goofies over in Brussels or like in the EU are trying to push. Uh, like so you have like all of the academics who are basically they don't really view themselves as like Americans per se. They view themselves more as like global citizens, right? So if you watch like The Atlantic, right, you'll see like David Frum, he'll be talking about American politics, but with somebody who's in like Great Britain and who's British, or with somebody who's like in Ireland and Irish. But they'll be talking about our politics interchangeably with like Irish politics because none of them view themselves as Irish, none of them view themselves as like American. Like so, like essentially the
Based.
academic class essentially just
based.
view themselves as like global citizens.
Right? What's your point?
Okay, what do you have wrong with that?
Like I do think we should primarily see ourselves as like just on like an ideological level. I think we should primarily view ourselves as fellow humans.
Yeah.
Like first and foremost, we are all human, and
especially in America, like we're like the most powerful country in the world. Our actions affect everybody else. We have an obligation to be ourselves that way.
Yeah.
Well, but the ruling class is not looking out for the American people over like anyone. Like they wouldn't prioritize somebody in Detroit whose dad was a Nam over somebody in like Mongolia for like a job opportunity. Like they don't. They legitimately.
What do you mean by the ruling class?
Like I mean, I feel like I get the sentiment behind what he's saying, but like the answer to that is socialism.
True. But like, what do you? I don't even know what you mean by ruling class. Because if you mean like their local politicians, that's not true. Representatives and the like, commercial representatives, that's not true. Is it the governor? It's definitely not true. The president, like most funding is domestic, anyways.
Owners, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, capital owners.
Capital owners don't care about like the guy in Detroit. Capital owners don't care about like the guy in Vietnam, the guy in China. The capital owner only cares about profits and how he can most effectively get those profits.
True. Well, there's a couple different like things going on here. First of all, I just want to say that I actually am a socialist, as goofy as this is. Is like I care about the American people, and I see where some of the guys who are like toying with the far right are coming from. Like guys like Rusty Reno. Again, highly recommend Return of the Strong God, great book. But like I've talked about a couple different groups here. You have like the academic crowd. You have kind of like the adults in the room as well, which is like a separate group who just follows whatever the academics say. So like anyone who's like maybe a higher up at like the Pentagon or something like that, like Ivy Leaguers. And then of course you do have the capitalists. When I'm talking about like the people who actually run the country, I'm kind of more talking about the academics a little bit. Like they kind of actually run the country, sort of.
I disagree.
No, I agree with you. I definitely think that the open parentheses academics at the Frankfurt School, close parentheses, close parentheses, close parentheses are running the country. Like
I think that I think you're vastly outweighing the power of these open parentheses academics. But I think you need to more focus on the power of like the actual material forces that govern the decisions that our government and the businesses that control our society make.
But if you look at what we knew in 2007 and 2009 versus like what we know now, it's like we now know that America's evil in like a black and white way. We now like they're working on abolishing the family right now. They're working on getting rid of Christianity. I mean, this is
Abolishing
like
the
straight
family,
out.
getting rid of Christianity.
Christianity? What?
Yeah,
What are you talking
that's
about?
what
Talking
the
about-
academics are doing right.
Huh?
Who are the academics?
Ooh.
Just like give me a. If you had to say primarily one, just I would like you to elaborate a little.
I'm
bit,
putting
because it sounded
$5
like
in a
something,
Frankfurt
and I
school.
would like to confirm, yeah.
By the way.
Really, I was gonna say either globalists or bankers.
Okay.
Because he's not gonna say the race of the doctor.
True. Good point.
The race of the what?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Oh wait, Tron's coming in. Tron, what's up, dude?
Yo.
I cannot hear you, dude. You're muffled as fuck.
Your mic is up your ass.
Or Rupal, the Pokemon icon person, his volume's way too low.
Oh, sorry.
I can turn him up on my side.
My mic.
Oh, nope, you're as loud as possible on my side already.
Yeah, sorry. That's my problem. Hold on, let me fix it.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be right back with you. Thank you.
Tron is a based and great moderator. Love you, dude.
What a W mod.
Bro, I don't even know how he does it.
Mods, I got it.
Bro, Tron has like Tron's like, what, in his 40s, a wife and kids. Bro finds time to moderate my panels.
That's W.
I know. Let's go.
All right, why is my voice mod tweaking? Hold on.
I'm kind of slowing down here from a high of a couple hundred.
Have y'all read these books by like the New Right?
No, I have noticed how you didn't answer the question, but okay.
What was the question?
Like, what academics?
Honestly, I keep a light touch on what these people are doing. I kind of dipped out. Like, I have a bookshelf where it's like Oxford University Press like handbook series, and it like cuts off at 2013. Like, I have Oxford Handbook of the History of Communism, Oxford Handbook of Political Ideologies. Those were 2014. But after that, I kind of like dipped out. I was watching like Lucy Liu, or Catherine Liu, excuse me, and she was talking about God help us, Lucy Liu. And she was talking about that's what they were doing. And I was kind of like, okay. She was like, that's what we're, and she was like trying to go against that. She's like, I don't want to get rid of the family. That's like what when they come together and talk, that's what they're talking about. So.
What do you mean? When they say get rid of, I just is there like a sort of quote in the book you could like cite us or anything? Like, I want to know. Cause I usually think usually when I think like socialists or like more like academics are talking about getting rid of the family, they just mean like saying the nuclear family isn't like
I just mean like
the nuclear family just isn't like the best form of family for people, and that like having like bigger community families is usually better when people are being like raised.
Oh, I'm not talking about the left or right political spectrum. I'm just talking about academics in general. Like they get together and like talk basically. So like you'll have guys like Jonathan Haidt, right, or what have you, and they get together and sort of like figure out.
Which is openly advocating for like the abolishment of the family. Like I could view people contesting like the abolishment of the nuclear family and saying that that's not like socially the best environment for people to be raised in. I could see that, but the abolishment of the concept of a family, like who's openly advocating for that?
Honestly, I haven't really been paying too much attention to what the academics are up to now. Again, I kind of like dipped out of all
Well, you made a claim.
past 2013. Well, but there's a podcast with Catherine Liu I was listening to a couple weeks ago on Joshua Cinerella's podcast, and she was talking about that's what the public intellectuals and not the public intellectuals, excuse me, the academics are working on.
I don't care what some podcaster says.
Well, Catherine Liu is a professor.
So where's Jordan Peterson? He's a fucking hack.
Or no?
It's
Wait, how do you spell her
the
name?
postmodern neo-Marxists from the Frankfurt School are infecting our children with this Marxist ideology.
Oh, is this her?
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who gets who next time.
That's a W soundbite. That's the best soundbite.
I know.
Solid. Continue. What's up, Tron?
Real quick, just to interject here, I think the biggest criticism of the Democratic Party. Frankly, sorry, my dog's talking. He's a husky.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Base dog.
the biggest criticism of the Democrat Party is that we don't tell people how to live. We tell people we want to have a safe government where we elect our leaders and we have high GDP and we create lots of jobs, but we never tell people in order to be happy, you need to have a wife, a picket fence, a house, and 3 kids. We never tell people how to live their lives. We don't tell them a story of what is best for their lives. We just don't do that. All we care about is liberalism, which is the freedom to choose your own choices. Like that's like a big criticism of the modern Democratic Party.
They also don't like labor organize at all. Like there's just no attempt to like get the labor movement going again.
I mean, Joe Biden was the first president to walk a picket line.
That is true.
I mean, I guess.
Biden was uniquely good on labor. Not to say he's as good as I would like the Democrats to be on labor, but he was.
But he was uniquely good. That is true.
Well, it's also
Yeah,
like you
the-
just need like muscle.
Well, the problem is that we have bigger fish to fry. That like we have like this like ideological divide in America that's growing and growing, and now we don't even have like 2 sides arguing about what's best for unions and what's best for America. We have people we're arguing about trans healthcare in elementary schools. That's what we're arguing about. That's where all the discussion and energy is on these crazy topics that the right has manufactured to keep us chasing our own tails.
Yep. And we're not even like it's not even just a fight for like, oh, has liberalism failed when you go to socialism? It's can we even keep our liberal institutions as it is before we like degrade into like some form of fascism?
Yeah.
And we're seeing the answer right before our eyes.
Now, I do think maybe the fall of unions have contributed to our social divisions, because there was a one time when like people talked to their neighbors and now they don't. So the fall of churches and the fall of unions has kind of destroyed our social cohesion.
Also the phones. Holy cow.
Yeah. Rise of phones, fall of churches, and fall of unions. Yeah.
I think it was like 31% of the
Well, no, obviously, we all know it's because the
United
immigrants are
went
coming in and are
FDR.
assimilating to our culture, and that's where the West is falling. Duh. It's the
All right,
brownies.
sorry, I just wanted to interject that one idea. Bye.
No, no. Fuck.
Bro, y'all should read these books by the new right, bro. They make like dictatorship sound incredible. Like Curtis Yarvin's book, Unqualified Reservations. Holy cow, what a banger.
Curtis Yarvin? Fuck him.
Look up Unqualified Reservations.
Alright.
Banger.
Curtis Yarvin? All people, really? Shit, I should really take out the trash. Fuck. Fuck Latugat. Okay, y'all. I'm in live.
All right.
Ready.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna get out.